in our mind, we were like, all right, maximum rents we'll get is probably gonna be about $10,000. But we were able to lease that property for $18,000 a month. That's an 80% increase. Ever wonder how investors are still able to buy despite a shift in the market with rising rates? Or maybe you're wondering how investors are continuing to profit despite changes as well. Well, I'm here to tell you today that leveraging the scattered site shelter housing model, you can double your rental income in some cases. And why is this important? Because anyone can do it, including you. Today, I'm gonna break down how folks around America are using this model to buy real estate, get higher rents, and do well while doing good for their community. The scattered site shelter housing model is a model where you can basically lease residential real estate to a shelter, to migrant housing organizations and different groups around the country that are helping to fight the housing crisis around America. This model works primarily in urban areas. You can literally take a 3-family house, turn it into 4 to 5 bedrooms because they don't need traditional setups like living rooms and dining rooms. Have a house manager and lease that property where you're able to get anywhere from, in this region, $1,200 to $1,500 per room. So let me show you, for example, what I mean. Let's start with your traditional, just a single family house, and say this house has 3 bedrooms, right? A 3-bedroom house, fix the roof there. 3 beds in my region, Boston, to Section 8, by the way, you'll rent it for about $3,600, okay? Now, let's take that same house where now you're gonna actually get 5 bedrooms, guys, right? 5 beds, so we're gonna do the same house here, right? Now this house has 5 bedrooms because you converted the living room and dining room into bedrooms because they need as many bedrooms as possible. Now that same house rents, let's say for $1,200 a room, we just jumped the rent to $6,000. Now I know what you're probably asking yourself. There's 2 things you're saying. You're saying, oh, $6,000. One, who's gonna manage this, right? This is crazy. This is a nightmare situation. Well, there are specialty management companies that will manage it for you. And you just have to do the research in your local city. If you're in the local area, I can connect you with someone. And then in other cases, the organization itself will actually manage the home on behalf of you. So they'll master lease the house from you for, let's say, $6,000. They'll have a house manager who lives there and manages it. And so you don't have to deal with the heavy lift. They find all the tenants for you. And it really creates a situation where you're able to create a lot of wealth and a lot of value, because when you go to the bank, like a DSCR loan, or look to get a bank loan for this type of a property, they're looking at your value relative to the income. And so you're increasing property value, you're increasing your cash flow, and there really is no downside because you're leveraging professional management to essentially put your rental portfolio on steroids. So you can do the math yourself. Section 8 is doing $3,600. This model is doing $6,000. I recently purchased a 2-family with a partner. It was an 18-bedroom house. We didn't know what we were gonna do with it, and this is what this was born out of. We started doing research to figure out how we can maximize the rents in that properties, because in our mind, we were like, all right, maximum rents we'll get is probably gonna be about $10,000. But by finding this model, we were able to lease that property for $18,000 a month. That's an 80% increase above the standard rent for that property in the area. And so I really encourage you to explore this model, because if you do, it'll allow you to do more deals in your area, in your region. Now, again, this is primarily in urban areas or areas where you've seen an influx of migrants or a ton of homelessness. And so it's not gonna work in every single market. I have to definitely let you know that. But if you do the research and you start targeting markets to invest in leveraging this model, it literally has the potential to exponentially increase your wealth creation in a much shorter time than any model I've ever seen. If you have questions about the model, I do a monthly challenge where we cover this in depth, but I wanted to give you guys exposure to this because it's really something that you can leverage in order to grow your real estate business quicker in this market, in any market. And again, there is a need here for this type of housing in today's day and age. Hope you found this helpful, and as always, stay tuned for more, and thanks for watching.